you like being idiots. We went down and talked to Obama supporters 2 days ago. We're going to premiere it tonight on the Nightly News. Would have had it last time. There's just so much footage. And they're just like, he is just so real. I met him today at the fundraiser. Oh, my gosh, he's so good. I mean, this is like one of the women that got in the car with Ted Bundy. He's such a nice man, nice suit, nice tie. I remember watching the Ted Bundy trial, the second one after he escaped once for another murder, and the judge, you've seen it on TV, is like, you're such a nice young man. You could have gone on another path. Why, you could have been my assistant. You could have been my son-in-law. I like you. Whoa. I mean, it's like people have this, a lot of weak-minded people do not instinctively want to run over tyrants, want to crush them. Okay, a lot of these cowards, they have cognitive dissonance, learned helplessness with a core of Stockholm Syndrome. And that's what they do. And when they get scared by something, they decide to grovel to it. Well, not me. Not me. And by the way, let me tell you how the universe works. When you don't grovel is when you become empowered and enlightened. All of you that wonder why you're such pathetic jellyfish, some of the new listeners out there driving along in their cars or whatever, you wonder, it's because you live in fear, ladies and gentlemen, and fear is infected. It is transmissible. It is a vector. It spreads. It is a disease. But again, I just want to notify the White House it's time to, because you're the gatekeepers and you control reality. So if you tell us that Obama's against the NDAA, then we learn he actually had his lawyers write it, and then he promises to not sign it to kill opposition and then does sign it. I mean, I better just go with the first thing I was told. The NDAA is not law and Obama did not sign it because I'm going to believe my president, even though he did sign it. What is that sound? Oh, that's the sound of government creating milk and honey. Put it on screen. It's the crying when Kim Jong-il died. Government, you built everything. Oh, everything's collapsing. And if I don't cry properly, me and my entire family will be executed or sent to a forced labor camp. By the way, this went on for 3 days. Sorry, please get that off screen. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Earlier you were playing that during a break. I was like, oh, I was around the corner. I go, that's fake weeping and wailing. That's even worse, when you catch your children doing something really bad and they're afraid they're getting in trouble and the fake crying starts. You're like, stop that. My oldest daughter will go, all right, enough of that, guys. The point is that where is George Soros in White House posing as watchdog groups and then lying to the public and saying they're not funded by the White House or George Soros because they think you're all stupid? I mean, we need them right now to go after the Hill. I mean, ratification of law of the sea advances world government? What? That doesn't exist, even though the globalists are bragging in hundreds of publications that world government's been established. Ratification of law of the sea advances world government. Ratification of the United Nations. Oh, this was written by Vice Admiral Robert R. Monroe. Oh, man, the extremism is just spreading. And by the way, he goes and quotes the actual document. That shows even more of the mental illness, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we need to just, I now support North Korea's model because Obama said the state built everything. You can go to Infowars.com and see a photo of him there. You didn't build that, the little girl with the Legos. So we need to have this entire America, which is what they're doing, collapsed so they can bring in true communism. We need to scrub and disinfect this entire thing. And here's Judge Schmales from Caddyshack giving the order because he knows best, ladies and gentlemen. And he is such a good person.
I want the entire pool scrubbed, sterilized, and disinfected.
Oh, look. Look, they found a little government minion, a TSA agent. It's okay.
There it is.
Nothing to worry about.
It's no big deal.
Are you my pal, Danny? All right, now get Boss Hogg ready. But let me just continue here, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to have, I've learned the globalists don't like being made fun of. That's the number one thing that upsets them. They want to be taken very seriously. They want you to be scared of them. And if Just like George Soros' Think Progress was like, media, it's time to go after Drudge and teach him. You know, even though he dwarfs all of them, even the New York Times now, it's time to show him that we know we caught him linking to bad people. We control reality, not you. We do. I mean, this is how pathetic they are. Call their bluff. They're a bunch of chicken neck authoritarian control freaks, and confident good winners aren't trying to control people, so we just let them run the planet. It's time, intellectually, politically, to stomp them into the ground. Let me continue, though, here. It's horrible. The news of the global corporate government taking over is getting out there. How will they ever have their global corporate government when it's hiding in plain view if we say we don't want it? But we're supposed to just have it being set up in plain view and all the publications saying it's great, but then if you say you don't like it, it doesn't exist and you're crazy. And I'm supposed to just go, oh, well, George Soros and Media Matters said so, which almost no one visits. You can look at their traffic rank. It's like a small newspaper in a small town. I mean, literally a joke. 50-plus employees, tens of millions a year spent, and they can't even get any attention because no one likes you. No one wants to be around you. Everyone hates you. That's why you want to fluoride and dumb everyone down with your government schools, so we're all a bunch of drooling sycophants lower than you because you're piles of crap and you feel bad about yourself. Just give up and realize how bug-eyed and pathetic you are. Just look at yourself. Go look at yourself in the mirror. Go out in public. Everyone hates you. I mean, it's obvious. Come on. Stop poisoning our water and telling us we should die and reduce our population. You are projecting your self-loathing on us, globalists, and your minions, okay? I'm not for suicide. I wish you'd wake up and join humanity. But you know what? Before you kill more of us and try to trick little kids, into taking Gardasil shots that ends up killing a lot of them, or having 12-year-olds go get abortions without telling their parents, why don't you just kill yourselves? How's that sound, okay? Before we die. How about you get off the planet? All your re-education camp plans and the rest of it. Hey, you people can't tie your shoelaces. The only reason you've gotten so much power is because you tricked good people and used good people's tax money to hire smart people that this country produced, rugged individuals to create your system, and you've given good people false narratives to follow your program of evil. You are authoritarian crud, and everyone knows it. You filthy trash. You are fellow travelers with Kim Jong-il. Look at your soul. All right, that's enough. Now, I'm sorry that you do not control reality now, and I'm sorry that Vice Admiral Robert N. Monroe, retired, read the Law of the Sea Treaty and pointed out its global government. Again, it's just terrible that this is all being openly discussed now, isn't it? Ratification of Law of the Sea advances world government. Ratification of the United Nations Law of the Sea Treaty would be a giant step towards world government. The principal purpose of LOST are to transfer technology and wealth from developed and underdeveloped nations and to increase exposure to international litigation. Consider two quotations from the LOST preamble. Yeah, it gives even all the major contiguous waterways like the Mississippi and the Colorados and all of it over to international regulations that they now bring foreign law in. That's why the state police and the feds, every couple hundred square miles, are buying these big machine gun police boats and all this stuff. I mean, it's big time takeover. It's fines, fees, federally, internationally. You think you go out on Lake Travis here in Austin, and you get harassed by cops? How about some feds? How about some TSA, baby? From the LOST Treaty, achievement of these goals will contribute to the realization of just one equitable international economic order, which takes into account the interests and needs of mankind as a whole. See, the globalists will speak for mankind. And in particular, the special interest and needs of developing countries. Yeah, it transfers our wealth to globalist-controlled third-world countries. The seabed and ocean floor and the subsoil thereof, beyond the limits of national jurisdiction, that's over 90+% of the world's oceans and waterways turned over to the UN to tax, as well as its resources, are the common heritage of mankind, the exploration and exploitation of which shall be carried out for the benefit of mankind as a whole. Remember, the robber barons created the UN. This is also, they can shut down whoever they want. Just like when the Rockefellers would send in Pinkerton people to slaughter folks to take over their own property that had gold on it. So that's how they operate, ladies and gentlemen. Oceans and seas cover 70% of the Earth's surface. Yeah, it's 76. In these decades and centuries to come, the seabeds of this vast area, more than 2/3 of the planet, will become the immense source of oil, natural gas, and rare essential minerals. If we do not ratify Lost, America will be free in the future. As in the past, or use our own advanced technology, our entrepreneuring spirit, and oh, that's bad. You didn't build that. And our national vigor to develop the seabeds of these waters as we choose. But if we ratify Lost, many aspects of our exploration, development, and production of these resources will be controlled by the bureaucrat and bureaucracy established by this treaty, as we will be required to pay Lost many billions, possibly trillions of dollars in fees, royalties, and profit sharing. And it just goes on to talk about the global government sections in it and how it also puts the Navy under UN control, which is banker control. Yes, it's global government by the bankers. Now, this article is important, and it's up at Infowars.com. But I want to direct you to this article that I asked Paul Watson to red link. I just asked the guys to red link that for me, so I don't have to call Watson. Thank you. Bankers declare U.S. and Europe conquered. And it's got the video clips, their own statements, their own admissions, video of it, mainstream news. I mean, it's got 14 links to Financial Times of London, YouTube, Rothschild's websites, Scientific American. It's all there where they say they took over and conquered through economic espionage. Okay? So, let me explain. The bankers run the world government that exempts them from all the laws they put us under. Meanwhile, they've got us giving up our rights because of Al-Qaeda. That is a simulant they control. I understand it's fun to hate the Muslims. It's very fun. And I understand there's a lot of extremists and stuff. I get all that. Clash of cultures, I got it. The point is that's simulated. That's synthetic. Most of it is. And even if it was real, give up all your rights, have the TSA stick their hands down your pants, have checkpoints on the highways, all the borders are wide open, and illegal aliens are given waivers. This is targeted at America. This is the authoritarian takeover. Homeland Security is the occupational sympathizer terrorist force. Let me ask you a question. What does freedom mean to you?
My dear, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, I mean, if I went down to Mexico and just announced, hey, I'm here for the free health care, and I'm going to go to flight school without any IDs, the TSA's like, go right in, sir. I've been at the airport and seen it where illegal aliens just walk up, mumble something, and they're just, oh, you're all right through, because criminals run this country. The TSA is your slave training, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Joseph Farah is going to be joining us in the second segment, about 8 after, in the next hour. We're going to pick up where we left off, all things Lord Obama and also what's happening with Mitt Romney, the drone that visited Mr. Farah's rural, secluded retreat, buzzing around lovingly. I mean, what do you expect in a free country? Remember, Mr. Farah, you didn't build WorldNetDaily. The government did. And that child on the cover of Infowars.com, you didn't build that either. Go see what the child is doing. Very evil activity. In fact, other children didn't help. So it should be illegal. It should only be a communal exercise there, as we can all join with the oneness. Oh, I can't wait to have Agenda 21 fully in charge and have daily minders that drop